What's up, guys? We are here with, well, if you're watching the YouTube, it looks like a blank black background.
A mystery.
Hello.
Second boot.
Hello.
Yeah.
And
Tom,
we need the
please
Flight of the
explain.
Valkyries to be playing right now.
Yeah.
I'm just hiding Yeah, oh my god. I'm hiding my mustache from the world. You know, Jack is a little bit more open about it, but you know, I'm keeping it under wraps.
You have
What?
a mustache? Tom,
You can't say that and then not show us.
Yeah.
Can you please turn the
well,
flashlight?
I mean, I don't know if I can send pictures to be added in post-production or something, but you know, no.
Oh.
There I am.
Oh!
Whoa.
Can't really
Wait, I
see the
can't see
mustache,
it.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see the mustache. It's blended
Yes.
in.
Yeah. Well, that's blonde hair for you. So.
Name a more iconic duo. El Norte Kings with mustaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nate needs to start growing one out.
It's true. It's true. He needs to join the club. And Ben.
Yes. Well, Ben already has one. So, or I don't
True.
know if he has one anymore, but
Mhm.
yeah.
He did,
True.
yeah. So what have you been up to, Tom? Where are you? Are you like blink twice if you need help? Like, are you being kidnapped? What's going on?
Oh, well, you know, I mean, me being in a sketchy middle of nowhere destination is really nothing new. You know, since graduating from college, let's see, I worked at a bicycle store for a while. Then I went to go off. I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail. So that was 5 months of my life, and now I'm moving out to Wisconsin for my new job.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wait, what
are you in the process right now?
Yes, that's why we're in Arizona. I'm driving out with my mom, and we're visiting random national park destinations. So,
that's so cool.
All right.
Wait,
Yes.
that's so wholesome.
That's so cool. You did the Pacific Crest Trail. I've started to think about like wanting to do that eventually someday, but it's a big time commitment. It's actually part of it is now like half an hour from where I live now. Like
where do you live now? I don't know.
I moved to Hood River, Oregon. It's like half an hour from like the Bridge of the Gods, you know?
Wait, Hood River is like not even that far.
Not even that far, maybe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Hood River.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What did you do at the bike shop?
What did I do at the bike shop? Sales to the best of my ability, given my limited bicycle riding experience. But you know, my survivor skills proved helpful. Or, I don't know if I should say my survivor skills proved helpful. I would say I provided customers with positive experiences finding great bikes. And
excellent.
Were you the top seller?
I buy a bike from Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I can put you on the next $10,000 bike, you know, or I'll hand you off to my brother. My brother's the one that started out in the bike store, so you know, he got me a job, and now I'm moving. We're trading places. He's leaving Wisconsin, and I'm going to Wisconsin. So yeah.
There you go.
What are you doing in Wisconsin? Like what job?
I'm working at a medical records company.
Whoa.
I don't really know what I'm going to be doing though. Software engineering, like the rest of the world, I guess.
Oh, nice. Are you working at Epic?
Jack,
yeah, is that Epic? Epic's like the big one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I used to work for
So we're all becoming digital.
Yeah.
You used to work for Epic?
I used to work for Epic's like biggest competitor, Cerner, which now got bought by Oracle.
Dang.
Yeah. Damn. The competition continues, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Did you get a chance to watch the episode, Tom?
I did. I wasn't sure if I would get a chance to watch the episode and be too busy sightseeing, but I did. And you know, I think it did it justice. I'm happy with the episode.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm content. I'm at peace with Survivor.
Okay.
That's good.
Yes. At least until All Stars 3 rolls around. And then I'm gonna go back out, and you know, day one will come, and you know, it's the S word for now, but it's gonna be a little more than that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Did
I've
you?
seen people in the Discord already like wanting you to be on like every season. Like, why not have
Mhm.
Tom come around, cause some havoc for a little bit or a long bit?
You know, I guess I'm a number. You know, I have no connections. Go for
Mhm.
it. Yeah, my graduate degree's coming up. We'll see. You know.
Yeah.
Did you
So
keep in touch with
sorry, there you
anyone
go.
in Survivor after you graduated?
Let's see. I would say I keep in touch with. I've kept in touch with Sam. You know, a bit. I've been on the West Coast in San Francisco, and so it's been not much. But I kept in touch like after the season. I kept in touch with Matthew, with Emily. You know, believe it or not, she forgave me. Or I don't know if she's forgiven me or she told me she forgave me for All Stars 3. But you know, I think we're on good terms. Yes.
All Stars
Nice.
3. Do you just slip like you accidentally
Whoa.
slipped with a her pronoun instead of
Oh my
the
god.
him?
Yes. I don't know if to this day I do not remember doing that. I don't know if I intentionally slipped because I realized telling Emily that Sam had told me was really stupid of me, or if I accidentally slipped because sometimes I just say the wrong thing. I really don't know. But it's funny because Cooper knows. Cooper
I love how
knows.
that was so funny how Cooper was like, oh, and then Tom slipped up. He said she,
Mm-hmm.
I mean Sam. So obviously this is proof that it was Emily that said all this and not Sam.
Yes. When all this, maybe I intentionally slipped up. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't remember.
Exactly.
It's been 2.5 years. You know. Yes.
It's been, I mean, honestly, like, I, I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but I'm like, I came into this podcast feeling pretty sad. Like, oh, like how come we don't get more Tom on All Stars? I feel like really robbed. Even as someone that knows what happens, I'm like, oh, it just sucks. It just sucks. In those 2 episodes, it was like, and I think the fans are very much on the same page. Like Tom, like you had your own theme song. Like every time you came in, like you
Mm-hmm.
had something funny to say. It's like we need more Tom.
Going in to this season, what was like your strategy? Like what did you want to be like a completely different player? Like what were your like hopes and dreams for All Stars?
Well, first off, I should say, you know, Sam, I'm glad that you want more me, even though I betrayed you, you know, mercilessly to Emily, for you know, for no really good reason. But my strategy going into the season, and maybe so me and Emily had the same class and
Mm.
econ. And so in May, I don't know how long-winded you want this to get because I know Ian's releasing this pregame stuff, but in May, Emily texted me and she was like, let's meet up and study for the econ final. But we all knew what study for the econ final meant. That to me and Emily, that meant talking strategy. And so, you know, I try I try to downplay my survivor love as much as possible. And then Emily got out her iPad. She started, you know, diagramming the situation about her connections with everyone else in the tribe and, you
The
know, telling me about her
iPad.
beef with Aaron. I was like,
Whoa.
okay, you know, this is someone who's, you know, frenetic energy I can really work with here. So,
Hmm.
Okay.
um, I think that I really trusted Emily up and like even when she like she didn't really betray me as I said in the episode, you know, she just realized the
Yeah.
numbers weren't there and didn't
Yeah.
tell me. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
think that she um this is it's like I think that she maybe interpreted my like my standing with the cast. And I think that I don't know. I don't know how I feel. You know, but I think that it was she. You know, after season 3 and stuff, she had kind of seen Austin and stuff, and I think that she had thought that I was going to play a similar game to Austin because we, you know, are similarly maybe somewhat awkward people, but as soon as I got out there and I realized the name was going to be me, unlike Austin, my first thought in my mind was, how can I, how can I save
Go survive.
myself,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And honestly, you did a decent job at it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tom TNT.
Yeah, how did you know to throw out Emily's name? Like, because it ended up working so well because you just saw early in the episode, like Emily was the one, kind of like arguing to Cooper and Sarah, like, oh, I'd rather vote off Bailey than Tom. So it ended up being like, it just like ended up making so much sense to everybody that, oh, like, obviously Emily's the one that did this then because we already know Emily wants to save Tom. Like, was that part of your strategy?
Yeah. Well, so it's funny because I wasn't planning on doing that at all until you told me, Sam. Because up until that point, I had felt like that 5 that you see in the episode. I felt like that
Mm-hmm.
was a good 5, and I think that the reason I felt like it was good 5 was not for Cooper's sake at all, but because Andrew, I really trusted Andrew. Because I felt like he wasn't as connected with other people in the cast because he was season 3. He approached me at the All Stars pregame party. I knew he was like, in my mind, he was like closer with Emily, and I felt like
Mm-hmm.
keeping us in the 5. It was kind of in those duos, and I felt like we were going to get out Nick and Bailey. And you see all of these people talking about how we're friends and we want to play with our friends, and I felt like if we took out Nick and Bailey for Andrew being in season 3, that was going to be a smart move. And
Mm.
I felt like because it was smart for Andrew, I knew it was smart for Emily. And I felt like because Sarah's number 1 was Emily, I felt like it was going to be smart for Sarah. So I felt like with that 4, it was good. And with that 4, because Andrew and Cooper were kind of in that pair together, even if Cooper didn't want to keep me, I felt like I'm good. And Andrew and Emily are going to vouch for me because
Yeah.
they need maneuverability. And I provided that maneuverability to them. That was kind of my thinking originally. And then you told me, and then things changed.
Yeah.
When he told you, did you like think that it was fake? Like, was there any part of you that was like, maybe he's lying to me, or were you just like, no, this makes sense?
Yes, there was part of me that was like, he's lying to me. And because up until that point, Emily was my number 1. And I did not trust Sam at all because Sam, you were so connected with the rest of the cast. And I felt like, it's funny to watch now, but I felt like Sam was connected with Aaron. And at some point, I felt like that was going to be like my downfall or whatever. And I had a confessional because Sam before the season had met up with Aaron and told me later, he was like, "Oh, we didn't pregame." And I was like, what a stupid thing to tell me. Of course you pregame with the people. Of course you're obsessive about Survivor like me. And so from that moment on, I didn't trust Sam, and instead I trusted Emily, and
Okay.
so when Sam told me, it was definitely in my mind like, he's bullshitting me. I know Sam's too close to Cooper. Sam just wants to stir things up.
Yeah.
But I also felt
I
like,
did want to stir things up. That part is true.
yeah, and for good reason. You know, uh, but I felt like with the idol, when people were at the idol hunt, I felt like people were closer to Bailey and just like talking with Bailey, being friendly with Bailey than they were with
Mm.
me. And that kind of gave me like an inclination. I'm like, okay, I think maybe people are against me, and maybe it's between me and Nick and Bailey. And as soon as Sam told me, I was like, okay, you know what?
Kind of confirmed.
It's probably confirmed. And so you didn't see this, but I actually called up Bailey, and
Oh.
I called up Bailey to say, okay, and this might have been a dumb move at the time, but I actually don't think this was like the nail in the coffin for me. I called up Bailey and I said to Bailey, I said, okay, I'm being pitched a 5 that does not include you and Nick. And I said, I'm guessing, and I was wrong, but I said, I'm guessing that you're being pitched me and then some other name being next. You're being pitched a group that's not just the 6 and me, because Cooper's going to make you feel comfortable. They're going to try and make you feel comfortable. And what makes you feel most comfortable? A 5, where when you get out one person, you're going to get out the second person. So I said, I'm guessing there's a core group of 3 that's pitching the 2 sides different things. Let's work together as a 4 and turn on that core group of 3. And of course, Bailey wants nothing to do with that. And you know, you just kind of know when you're talking to people. And so I knew that wasn't going to work. And that was when I decided I was going to tell Cooper. I was like, you know, Emily's just telling me as a friend. And, you know, like,
Yeah.
that was really my mistake, though, is that, like, when I told Cooper, I know I'm going on a long monologue here.
No, this is good.
When I told Cooper, just
Totally
Survivor 101, when I told Cooper that Emily was going and had told me about the plan, what I should have told him, it would have been a lie, but I should have, I thought it wouldn't have been believable enough, but I should have said, and Emily's doing this because Emily wants me to play an idol or an advantage and to knock you out, Cooper. And Cooper, I'm telling you this because I trust you.
That would have been really interesting. Yeah.
I needed to put the fear of God in Cooper's eyes.
Yeah. I mean, see, Cooper did really believe that Emily had said those things, so it definitely could have been maybe believable that Emily was trying to make a bigger move by telling you, because otherwise, like, of just like Emily telling you to scramble, like, what is that really gonna do for the tribe? You know, it wouldn't really make sense for Emily to do that unless she had a bigger move in mind. So I'm kind of surprised that he did believe that, because what was she? I don't know. What did you tell them that,
I
like?
said it was for personal reasons. I said it had nothing to do with the game.
Okay.
I said, Emily told me because she's my friend, and he
believed that,
and he believed it because to an extent it was true that Emily was my friend, and I knew that on some level she was going to be campaigning for me, so I knew it would be believable. And this is where I'm like, I understand Cooper wants to keep the tribe united, but taking out the social pariah, taking out the person with no connections versus taking out Emily P., 2-time Survivor Buffalo, Survivor New York winner, Emily P.
That's wild.
I thought I'm set. Cooper's going for Emily. And then I realized the next day, maybe not, yeah.
Is there anything in hindsight you think you could have done to change your fate at all? Like, besides what you already did? Did you go idol hunting? Like, did you think to go look for an idol? I know it's really hard if you have, like, no
Did you
clue.
pull out the lemon at all this time?
Yeah. Sam told me at the time, Sam was like, you should play a fake idol, a fake advantage or something like that. And maybe that would have worked. The reason I didn't want to do that was because I just felt like if I told Cooper that, oh, I have a fake idol or I have some sort of fake advantage, that I felt like Cooper wasn't going to be, put off by that, because at the end of the day, he knew I was still voting for Bailey. And so the only person that would have been put off by that was Bailey. And I didn't feel like Bailey was going to have numbers to help me, which is ironic because that's the first move I made. And so, I don't know, maybe I could have like gone more, I have played some wild scenarios in my head, but I'm like, I don't know how I feel about these wild scenarios,
What's the most wild one?
Well, the most wild one is going to Cooper and saying to Cooper that, Emily is telling me these things, but I needed to make Cooper mad at Emily, and not just mad because like he was ruining her plan, but like mad at Emily because like, I needed to tell Cooper that basically Emily was saying like basically what Ben had said about Emily in season 3, that, Cooper, Emily's telling me that you're saying, this mean stuff about me. And that would have caused Cooper to be so upset with Emily for like, oh, Emily, is making me out to be a person that I'm not and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad I didn't do that. Like, I could have done that, but it also like, I don't want to put Cooper or Emily through the, you know,
Yeah.
it's a
No,
game.
that makes sense.
It's a get, you know, I don't
Yeah, it's a game. I mean, yeah, honestly, like I really, really was considering giving you that idol that I found in this episode. Like I was like
Really?
really considering it. The thing is like a part of me was like I was like, okay, it'd be dumb to because I thought it was real at the time. I was like, okay, like this could be a big move, knock out a big player. I don't know, like and like I wanted you to stay too. Like that's why
Yeah.
I told you. But then I also was
yeah.
like, I probably shouldn't just like give away my idol.
Yeah.
And a part of me was thinking maybe this idol isn't real, because like like the paper was like white and it was in that little bag. I feel like I was like probably 80% sure it was real, but there's a part of me that was like, oh, maybe it's fake. So like might as well just like do something with it. But so enough of me thought it was real that I was like, oh, like I just need to like keep this for myself. But
Yeah.
I kind of wish I gave it to you. That would have been funny.
That would
Can
have
we
been
talk about
funny.
the idols though? Because I need to get something off my chest. I was not the worst player from season 4 in this episode.
Adam, are you talking about AJ?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
Or
you know?
honestly, it was a lot of season 4 because it was Jackson with the idols. Like his
Mhm.
store is popping up, business is booming, and then it's Megan trying to like cover up everything, and then it's
Megan doing the
AJ
most lying
fighting
she's
me.
ever done in her
Yeah.
life.
She was pulling it off. She was
She was.
acting. I
Yeah.
watched this with the game with my parents, and my dad was like, "Wow, Megan, like, should be nominated for an Emmy here with all this lying. Like, she's
How
really,
long
it's
are
like
you
an
going to keep
actress."
that up? Megan didn't even need. Megan just needed to say, "I think that this is fake." She didn't need to say, "I know this is fake." She could have just said,
Yeah,
"I think
Yeah,
this is fake."
exactly.
she kind of was, and then like she was like, "Oh, what if they're like Adam? Like, they're both the same. What if they're the same because they're both fake?" He's like, "No, they're both real. That's why they're the same." She's like, "Oh, but that could mean they're both fake." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. These are real. I'm telling you, it's real." Oh, but
Why
you're
would
right.
you ever tell your ally about 2 idols? After, Jack, your story had been out. People knew. People
It's
knew not to
true.
do this.
Mhm.
Adam
Megan
heard from
Classic.
did know.
Dale.
They both knew.
I mean,
I
if
don't
you
know.
found, I guess, wait, what did
Yeah.
you do in your first season when you thought you had one? Did you tell anyone, Tom?
No, but I will say that I think that I want to retract my statement for my potential allies in All Stars 3. Telling your allies, great move. Great move to build trust, to build community,
So
yeah.
Yeah,
are
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pre-gaming for the
Perfect.
next
Mhm.
one?
Perfect. Yep.
Yes, yes.
Oh, did
I don't
Now,
know.
random question. Did you interact with Megan at all during these 2 episodes? I know there's a lot of stuff that obviously wasn't shown.
So I pregame with Jackson, and it's
Okay.
funny to me because Jackson at the time, I was like, Jackson, we have very limited connections as season 4 people. Like, I know there might be something between you and Megan, but like, I really think that you should reach out. And I asked him later, I was like, Jackson, did you reach out to Megan? What did she say? Is she on good terms with you?
That's funny.
And so it's funny to me that Leia is like so, and I understand it from Leia's point of view, but that Leia is so against working with Jackson in this episode because for all the reasons that she's against working with Jackson, I am for working with
Yeah.
Jackson. Like, he is
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
who
It's very
understands
rational.
my view of the game, and I
Mhm.
understand his view of the game. And people are like, "Oh, Jackson is so mean spirited and stuff," and I'm like, "No, he's not. Jackson's hilarious." And
He is hilarious.
I don't think anyone came away from season 4 and like, "Oh my God, the horrible things Jackson said about me." No, he's having good fun.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Eliza, I don't think would say that. Yeah.
Mm,
But
yeah.
Megan, not as much. No,
Maybe not.
Megan, because Megan, I felt like Megan was just way too chaotic, and I was not going to trust her.
Megan and chaotic? What are you talking about,
wow,
Meg?
Megan chaotic.
Like, yeah.
That was my
Like,
view at the time. I was like,
no. I'm being sarcastic because yeah.
yes,
We saw the Megan missile of season 4.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. What else can we talk about? I don't know.
So I want to say a lot of people were pointing out in the comments and stuff that you were very perceptive. Like I think that like it was funny how in the beginning of the season it kind of seemed like you would change a little bit, but not a lot. When you're like, oh, like I'm gonna play a little bit more appearing, to be honest. But how like you did seem like you were very perceptive of what was going on. Like you kind of clocked Megan and Jackson right away, and on your tribe you kind of figured out the whole thing with the pairs and kind of the dynamics you pointed out with Cooper and Andrew, Emily and Sarah, Nick and Bailey. You know, you found that you kind of it seemed like you were the one that kind of first recognized that, and then the rest of the tribe got paranoid about it after you said that. And it seemed like in the beginning, like, oh, maybe Nick is coming around to wanting to work with you because you'd started spreading this narrative around.
Yes. And like Nick, oh, just, you know, I think this is going to sound bad, but I think like when Emily was meeting up with what's it called? I mean, I will say that I think what I told Nick was the truth. I kind of heard, or I kind of made that story up in my head because it made it so that when I voted Bailey off, it meant that I could still work with Nick, because he would be alone and I could say, well, I was just going along with the numbers and the two other pairs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When really I felt good about that because I felt like Andrew and Emily, for the reasons I had said, were going to stand by me. And I don't know why in that 3-person conversation that you see in the episode, why Andrew wasn't there. Maybe he had to leave for school or something. I mean, like class is more important than Survivor. But if Andrew was there, maybe he could have vouched for me. Like, sometimes you get unlucky. Then again, maybe he was totally happy taking me out. I don't know. I
I'm
don't know where his
interested.
head is at. Yeah.
I'm interested in Andrew's perspective on that. Yeah, because I don't know. I think that it kind of seems like in these first few weeks he's more or less going with the flow for the tribe. And even in this episode, he's like, yeah, I was walking back with Cooper and Bailey and Bailey tossed out Tom's name, and I was like, I guess. Like it seems like he doesn't feel that strongly about it one way or the other.
Which is just
But
not how you play an all-star season. You play an all-star season, you're like, you gotta plan ahead, especially when he didn't have the connections that these season 2 and season 1 people had. But
Yeah, that's true.
I digress. I think that he I mean, I do think he made a mistake in this episode, but it's interesting. I think that maybe he was more prone to voting me out because of, ironically enough, because of 4.5 and because, you know, because I blackmailed Matthew and he was like, oh, ironically enough, I kind of got the impression at the time that Andrew was, despite the fact that I had very much pictured him like Cooper, pictured him like I'm willing to do anything at any cost. I think Andrew, like, really, like, as some of the people in this episode, Will or Leia or Emily V, really valuing loyalty and integrity and all of those things, and
Mhm.
like that. I think maybe he was very turned off from working with me once he saw, he was like,
Oh.
and Tom doesn't value those things, like, as much. And it's like, or maybe he thought that like I was playing the game too personally, or very kind of an old school mindset. I don't know.
Interesting. I wonder if it's the Sabu Sabu roots. The Sabu Sabu
Maybe.
loyalty
Mm-hmm.
roots.
I think.
But oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
What else was I going to say? Oh, I feel like thinking about the, people talking about the game and stuff. I mean, and I admit I'm a bit biased about all of this stuff because, you know, here I came in as a season 4 player without any of the connections, but you have so many people on the cast that are like, I want to play with my friends. And I, like, when Leia was talking about Jackson in this episode, and it's like, I don't know, like, that was not me. I was like, I want to play with anyone. And
Yeah.
also, like, okay, maybe this gets to a deeper point, and I'm curious to hear your takes on this. for me, Survivor was an opportunity to interact with people that I didn't normally interact with. You know, Jack,
Mm.
like you and me probably like if outside of Survivor, like probably would not have interacted. We're from very different parts of campus. Me and Emily Paddock, very different backgrounds.
Mhm.
You know, she was very different social circles than I was in. And I felt like one of the things that was like really a beauty for Survivor and like one of the personal challenges from it for me was I want to interact with people that I don't normally interact with.
Oh, I
And
agree, yeah.
so it's like when I see people who are like, you know, kind of playing the game with just your friends, it's like, am I, you know, am I reading too deeply into this game? Like I don't know.
No, I 100% agree, like, that's one of my favorite parts too, is that, like, I don't think I would have met, like, half the people, or honestly, like, 90% of the people in Survivor Michigan if it weren't for Survivor Michigan, and I kinda see what you're saying because I feel like a lot of people on this season are just trying to play with, like, their genuine friends outside of the cast, but I think it would have been fun, or I think it would be fun to see, like, friends try to actually throw each other under the bus within the game, because like, it is a game at the end of the day. I think, like, the lines are just super blurred for some people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
I think it'd be funny. I was gonna ask how much do you think you would have used your spy shack to spy on Cooper and Andrew?
Yeah.
Oh
I wish
yeah,
I got to see that.
I
I
love
know.
know.
I
And
love coming up with hypothetical scenarios.
did you actually, like, build something that you could hide in or what?
Did I build something outside his house?
Like, did you find a spot that you could have, like, hidden?
I don't know. You know, I had so much fun coming up with these ideas. I don't want to, but I don't want to break the fans' hearts. I don't want to say there wasn't a spy shack, but I feel like for the Ann Arbor Police Department, I should say, oh, of course there wasn't any spy shack. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Wink,
So
wink. No spy
yes,
shack.
I guess we'll never know. There was no footage of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Officially, on the record, on the police record, no spy shack exists that we
Yeah,
know of.
but I did camp outside a lot for the PCT, so it's
Mm,
not out of the question,
Mm-hmm.
and very
yeah.
dedicated. So I don't
This is
know.
true.
So I have some questions from the fans that they are dying to know. So
Okay,
first of all, somebody wants, I should write down the names people, but have you finished Maryland All Stars yet?
I finally got around to finishing Maryland All Stars. I think it was good. I think it was good. I think
Nice.
Michigan stuff is going to be better, but I think Maryland All Stars. I think it was good. Austin, you did a good job.
Good job, Frosten. All right, next up, why is Clemson your favorite team?
Why is Clemson my favorite team?
Wait, where
That's
did
really
this come
funny.
up?
I
Where does
thought
this
it's
come up?
Michigan State.
I thought
No.
it was Ohio State.
I mean, if you guys want to sing the Ohio State fight song together, drive on down that field. Never.
Wait, why do you know
Boo.
this? Why do you know
What?
this? Are you an OSU fan?
Obsession with uh as a Survivor player, Tom. Yes.
What?
In real life, OSU kind of sucks.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in Survivor, you have to play who you're not. As Sarah said, this time I'm a cop, and or last time I played as a cop, and this time I played as a criminal from Game
Uh-huh.
Changers, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that. I when I play Survivor, you got to become someone. You got to unleash your inner wild side
It's
sometimes.
true.
Yeah.
Well, you did wear a Clemson shirt a lot. Like, it did have, like, what's the reason? How did you get that? Like, where did that come from?
Where did you upon the
The
You're
street?
story's
giving
so
a
boring
political
though.
answer, trying to pivot to Ohio State. You're like, no. We need the Clemson answer.
The story's so boring. I mean, I guess I would say if I have to pick Dabo or Nick's, Clemson is more tolerable than Alabama. That's all I'll say. They're not at the top of my list,
It's acceptable. I'd root
but
for Clemson over Bama.
Mhm.
yes.
Let's see. People just also want to let you know that everybody loves you in the video live chat.
Aw.
Jack, are you
Aw.
Jack? Are you still LSU, or have you like dropped ship now that Brian Kelly's in town?
I mean, it's where my sister went to college, so I just have a tie there. So I don't know.
Okay.
I like LSU. I like the purple sweatshirt.
Like the purple
Cool.
sweatshirt. Okay.
Yeah,
Go Tigers.
yeah. Go Tigers.
Geox Tigers.
I was really hoping LSU would run out the table when they were looking like they could make it to the playoffs and to have a Michigan LSU matchup. I feel like
That'd be
my family would have
crazy.
gone to that.
Would've
I
been
think
so sick.
in terms of Death Valley, I think I have to go with Clemson. I have to go with the
Oh,
Paw.
yeah, the Death Valley versus Death Valley, yeah.
Death Valley versus Death Valley. Clemson versus LSU. Yeah, I got it. I don't know.
I haven't been to the Clemson Death Valley, but LSU Death Valley is a very fun place to watch a football game. Not as good as the Big House, but it's a very,
Yeah,
very
of
fun
course.
place.
Okay.
Is
I've
that
heard
a
people like
stadium?
get beat up there.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
It's rowdy. I mean, it's a
Is
lot
it a stadium?
rowdier. Yeah.
What is Death Valley?
It's the LSU stadium. And it gets super
Oh.
loud because it wasn't designed in like 1883 or whatever, like the Big House. Like they actually have like it's designed to be as loud as possible. So, and I feel like people are just in the South more rowdy. I don't know.
I will say though, looking at LSU game attendance this year, like in the second deck, I mean, embarrassing. You're in the South and you can't fill the stadium. I digress.
So I guess we kind of already covered this a bit, but do you think like the day one vote off rumor like killed your chances, or like if it wasn't for that kind of like the Matthew hinting and stuff, do you think that you still would have have it like as big of a target on your back? Because I know a lot of people coming in saying you're the easy vote.
I don't know. I still think given the tribe dynamics were the way they were, I think it would have been me. But it's impossible. You know who you should really ask Cooper. Cooper would know because Cooper was the one that made this decision. And arguably, I think that from Cooper's standpoint, this move makes sense. Cooper wants to keep in the big threats in the game. Cooper's connected with Nick and Bailey. And I think for the moment it was between Emily and Cooper, and they were talking it over and making the decision. I knew Cooper's not going to budge. Cooper knows what the right move is for his game. And so I don't think that the day one vote out changed Cooper's point of view on that. But maybe it did. And maybe you have to ask him. Fans, whoever anonymous fan is asking me this.
Coming into the season, what do you think would have been the perfect tribe for you? Like if you could pick your tribe, what would have been your choice? Or did you really not care?
I would say, I feel like anything would have been shit for me. Like, I think, I would have wanted to work with Jackson. And I think though that having Emily on the tribe was good. And she was helpful. I mean, she wasn't the problem. She wasn't the reason I was eliminated. I think I just don't know. Okay, here's what I would say. Here's the right answer. I would say a tribe where there were two people on the tribe that had beef with each other. If Emily and Aaron had been on the same tribe, that would have been ideal. If Bailey and Kevin were on the same tribe based on what we're seeing, if Aaron and Emily B, or Aaron and it seems like people had beef with her. It seems like people had beef with Emily P. So just if there had been another season 3 person, if production had a little bit more drama in store, and I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What
will
if I
say,
was
like,
on the
yeah.
season? We could have made it work. Like third time's
We
a
could have
charm.
made it work.
Yeah.
After not
Jack,
working
I
out
would
in
have gotten from you
4.5
for
either.
day one.
Really? You would have gone
Could get
for
revenge.
Jack?
Yeah.
That's so
Absolutely. I think Jack knows too much of my game.
funny.
Yeah. No, I
See,
don't know.
you did get put. It is tough that you got put in a tribe where everyone felt good about the tribe. Where it
Yeah.
seems like there is a lot more beef on the other tribes. Like Odawa in itself seems like tough because it seems like there's no clear. People are saying like, okay, Tom, we'll get rid of Tom. That's an easy vote, but we don't know what we're doing after that. Versus like a tribe more like on my tribe or in the red tribe where people just want numbers because they have like enemies or people that they want to get rid of. I feel like that would have been. There's definitely a tough. It was definitely a tough draw for you. Just in general, I think.
I mean, I think yes, I think you're right. If you swap me onto your tribe, or you swap me onto Sangria, I don't go home because I
Yeah.
was close with Will and Emily. I don't know who I get swapped with here, but I was close with Will. I was close with
Hmm.
Emily B. Though I don't know like how Leia and I would have vibed. I feel like Leia and I would have had a Jackson-esque interaction where Leia would have been like,
Hmm.
after talking with Tom,
Yeah.
he's all about the game, and it's just
That's funny.
he's not into our personal connection as much, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm into strategy, but I might have saved Jackson, and so I don't know, from a difficult draw. And on your tribe, Sam, I feel like it would be interesting because going in, ironically enough, I would have been closest with Aaron, and I don't know where that puts me.
Yeah.
I
I
really
think
You,
it
don't
Aaron,
know.
depends.
you, Aaron, and Dylan probably.
I
You,
would have been
Aaron,
Yeah.
close.
Dylan, Akshay.
Yeah. It could have been a
And
thing.
Sam against Adam, or I don't know, he swapped me out with, but because I wasn't going to go
Hmm.
for season 4 people, I was so motivated to get out people from seasons 1 and 2 because that's where the connections were. And so I would have wanted to go for probably going
Akshay.
for Sam, honestly, or Akshay would have been easy because it was day 1, and everyone was talking about, oh, okay, Akshay day 1. But
Yeah.
Sam, you were a bigger threat, and I had thought that you had been lying to me, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I need to get Sam out. But I don't know if I would have been afraid to make a big move, and if I had talked to you and you had made me feel good, and because you did want to work with me, and then
Yeah,
I
I
would be
did.
like, so I have no
Dang,
idea.
Tom says he'd be gunning after both of you guys, is
It'd
what I'm hearing.
be interesting for sure if you would have been on Pawnee. I think that would have been
Yeah.
fun.
But
What
Sarah,
if
if we ever played again, together again, you and I, to the end,
To the end.
ride or die.
100%. No,
You
straight
were the
up
one
ride or
that told
die.
me. I don't know if you remember this. You were the one that told me I got cast on All
Oh my
Stars,
God,
and
wait, I forgot about
I
that.
was so excited. I was
I
so
like, I
excited.
think I was like, I want to be the one to tell Tom.
Yeah,
I remember this. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
were you surprised? Did you think that you would make it on?
we had done so much analyzing of potential casts and stuff, and I was like, after making 10 to 20 hours of pregame videos, Matthew Israel better cast me.
The dedication was
And
there.
ironically enough, I felt like in order, like the blackmailing, I think Matthew would agree,
The
helped me
black.
get cast because he knew I would be crazy and he wanted good TV. Um, and but and so there are all these clips of me in the pregame, like the rest of my tribe were idiots, and it's like i was I was a mediocre player, but you gotta sell it, you gotta sell your case. So
Yeah, you did a good
I don't
job
know.
of the whole audition thing.
You had a really good confessional that was, I think it didn't make the edit, but it'll probably be in the bonus scenes where you basically gave this kind of like rant, kind of like lament about like how I think I might get voted off, but you know what? Like I'm the true all-star because I manipulated the producers into casting me. And it was really funny.
Wait, that's actually good. That's very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, how I play the meta game, but
Hmm.
not I guess I can't play the game, but I'll play the meta game. And
You're on
I mean,
the fifth dimension out here.
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't have been all-stars without having you on the season
Oh,
because
yeah, 100%.
like, come on, like you were instant entertainment. Like every time you were on screen, how could you not have Tom on All Stars?
Yeah, we were also like we really
I've
wanted like
gone
a
back and forth.
variety of
I
character and
said it in oh, I'm sorry, sir. Yes.
I mean you're one of a kind, so you really add to the
Hmm.
variety.
I love. Thank you. I feel like the reason I'm glad that they cast me, and I think that the reason they should cast people like me on All-Star seasons is because I was not afraid to make moves, and moves I made, and that's what people want to see, and I know that my performance, like like you're the second person out each time and stuff. But if I'm gonna self-talk a little bit here, I would say that people making moves is like being willing to make moves in Survivor is very important. And the social stuff and stuff, like I'm gonna go and after 5 or 10 years I'm gonna be like swag daddy and stuff, and the whole tribe will fall in love with me. But I guess I have it in me to make the moves, so that when I have that social charm and charisma, I won't be afraid to cut people when I need to.
No, I love that because
Oh,
like
you
that.
have the social charm and charisma already.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're the fan favorite, Tom. Come on.
I know the fans. Akshay was like, all these people. I know the fans probably wished that they had a shirtless confessional from me, but
Also
they're
sweet.
just gonna have to wait. That they I don't give that up for free.
It's on the
Sure.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
People can pay. People
Yeah.
need to pay for that. I agree with Akshay. All these people stripping in public. Why strip in public when you could strip and have people pay you for
You
it?
gotta monetize.
It's a good point.
Absolutely. You can get his take on that. Yes. No.
That's so
No, I don't
funny.
know.
There's one other question I had for you, Tom, is
Sure.
that so in the episode it showed that you were kind of throwing Emily Paddock under the bus, but at
Yes.
the end, by the time we get to tribal council, you would wrote Bailey's name down, and I think that there's probably some stuff that was cut to try to make it more dramatic, make the story make more sense. But can you just explain like what's the chronological order of events? Like how did that happen?
Well, I think voting Bailey for me was a smart move because I knew that if they split votes, it was going to be me. I don't see. Maybe you could say, oh, they would have, the rest of the tribe would have split 3-3, and I would have been the deciding vote or whatever. But me voting on Bailey incorrectly was basically, if this Bailey thing, Cooper and Andrew. Cooper and Andrew kind of played me, and they convinced me. They were like, "Oh, okay, no, Sam is or Emily or I think they told me at that time they were like, Sam is just getting in your head, and it is actually going to be Bailey." And I figured, okay, well, if they're telling me it's going to be Bailey, I should vote for Bailey, because even if it's not Bailey, and it turns out that it's Emily, then I show that I followed suit with them and that I'm gullible and easily manipulated. But maybe I was actually also gullible and easily manipulated into believing that when they were like, "No, Tom, we're with you. It's gonna be Bailey." I'm like, my brain just went astray. I don't. I have no excuse.
No, but that does make sense though. Like if you're tossing out this Emily Paddock thing to see if you can gain some traction, and if it seems like it's not work, it seems like at a certain point that you realize it wasn't working, and it's like, well, at that point, like, okay, I'll apologize to Emily, save some face, and just do what they tell me to do, and hopefully, that'll
I
be what I
knew it
have to
wasn't
do.
working, but that makes it sound, Sam, like I was being strategic the whole time. And when I was talking to Emily and she was on the phone and she just sounded very upset, and I just, just that was just emotionally really difficult for me. I'll be honest,
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of
and
cracked.
after the fact too.
Yeah, you kind of cracked on
What?
the phone with her. I feel like you kind of cracked a little bit on the phone with her because you like ended up telling her that it was Sam who told you.
Yeah, yeah, and that thing. That's the reason why I'm like, I'm hesitant to play Survivor again. That that makes sense. not like that I'm not going to be a good player, but just like how I feel about things.
Yeah, that
Were
makes
there any
sense.
other
It's a
Discord
hard game.
questions, Jack?
What?
Any other
Jack,
Discord
do you have
questions?
any other Discord
There's
questions?
one important Discord question. Are Andrew and Sam as hot as we see on screen?
Okay, well, I need to
Uh,
make a comment here because Sam, you said in the last podcast, you said, "Oh, well, we can all agree between blue and red that we are the beauty tribes, but
it's true.
yellow is not the beauty tribe." And Sam, I took that personally.
Oh, I was gonna
Uh,
say, I wasn't talking about you. You
yeah,
were carrying
yeah.
that
I mean,
tribe.
you
Yeah,
got
Thomas
Andrew,
Crane.
you got me, you got Emily P. But most importantly, this person's comparing Andrew and Sam. They're all wrong. Look at that Michigan math shirt that Cooper's wearing, and tell me that I mean, I'm 100% straight, but I feel like if I was a
I don't know.
woman there, just oh wow, Cooper James.
So
It's making you.
Cooper, if you were into men, Cooper's your choice.
If I was I'm not into men,
Yeah, yeah,
but if there
yeah.
was
Yeah.
someone
But
that
if
I
you
was going
were,
to take home, it would be
yeah.
Cooper.
Okay.
There we
Yes.
go. There we go.
There you
That's
have
the
it.
headline from this episode. That's
That
the
is the
clickbait
headline.
title.
Do you think it would be reciprocated, Tom?
Do I think it would be 100%? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooper
Yeah.
and me are good friends.
Mhm.
But and I know, but if for whatever reason Cooper, I I don't know. Yes.
It sounds like you're saying if pretend that you're 50, if you and
Yeah.
Cooper are both swung to the other side of the fence,
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe something can work out.
Then
It's the
maybe
backup.
something that between me and Cooper would work out.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
absolutely.
maybe it.
He did try and vote me out, so I will have to get over that. But
Yeah, it does look like he
Hey,
has you in a body bag right now, Tom. Is that
I
true?
know. Are you in one of Cooper's
Sources
body
say
bags
that
right
Tom is
now?
inside Cooper's body bag.
he'll have to resurrect me from the dead.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Oh,
the All Stars 10 or the All Stars 3 alliance between me and Cooper. It's going to be
Oh, exquisite.
that's where we're going to come back. Although I
Mhm.
shouldn't be telling any of you guys about this, of course.
I thought it
Don't
was me
worry,
and
no
you to the
spoilers.
end.
What?
I thought it was me and you to the end.
I'm just promising everyone.
It's the final
It's
three,
been a
Sarah. Come on.
while. Yeah.
It's
So
pre-gaming. It's how this
He's
works.
covering his bases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. Well, we are coming up to our hour
Our
mark.
time.
Mhm.
Yes, it's been great talking with you guys, and I'm
Yeah.
so
You're
glad that you guys
hilarious,
do this
Tom.
podcast.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
great.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know. I hope the fans enjoyed me.
Mhm.
I'm
Is there
so
any?
sad. The first two boots
Yeah.
are both like such big, like funny characters.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. This is not the last we'll see of Tom. That's for sure. There's definitely episode 0 coming out. We'll see a lot more of Tom's antics,
Yes.
and who knows? All Stars 3 one day, right? When Tom wins the season with Sarah and Cooper in the final 3. Sorry I spoiled it, but that's what's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
look forward to that.
Yes. Well, it's been quite a journey, and I've really enjoyed the Survivor Michigan experience, and I feel like Survivor is not as much of a part of my life as it used to be, but I think that it was a lot of fun, and just to have something that I could get so passionate about. I'm just so
Mm-hmm.
so grateful for that. I mean, unlike some of the people on the cast and stuff, I was not watching the modern Survivor seasons because the classic Survivors just CBS just ruined the show. That's a whole other conversation. But like being able to relive Survivor and not have to worry about any sort of Final Four fire making challenge or
Yeah.
coins and tokens and all that stuff. Like this was so much better than I thought it would be, and I was so grateful to do it. Yes.
Aw. Well, I'm
Wow.
glad you got to play 2 times. And honestly, you're a really good sport.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
guess so. I mean, thank you. I
Yeah,
suppose.
I mean, you'll
literally-
definitely.
almost like didn't do this episode because I just have a ton of unpacking stuff to do. I'm like, no, I can't miss talking with Tom.
Yeah, he
again,
was like, I need to
so-
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might even hop off after this before you guys do the recap. But like, it's
And
been
damn, if
great.
you're in Hood River,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when next time I'm going to be in Portland, but you know, what I will say at the very least is you got to next time you drive over the Bridge of the Gods, you got to think
Mhm.
like, or you know, maybe do some trail magic for me.
Yeah.
That's where you help out the hikers, or I don't know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have
Will
so
do,
many
yeah.
stories about Hood River, and I loved Hood River.
No,
Great
seriously, yeah. Next time you're in the area, definitely text me. We can
Yeah.
grab a goat milk or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Please.
We need goat milk.
Yeah. How much
I
goat
brought
milk did
that
you
to my
bring on
final-
the?
My final Survivor or my final party ever in college. It was with
Nice.
season 6 and 7 people, so they didn't even understand the importance of the goat milk, but I had to have it.
Incredible.
Have it. I don't know if you told this story on the last one or not, but do you want to just give a quick little recap of the goat milk story?
Well, I thought that Dale was bringing 2 goats to the end. Turns out only 1 goat to the end. But I think that I was like, I wanted to bring goat milk because I thought that was funny and maybe a bit insensitive. But the thing about it that's not insensitive about it is that of all of the people in the world that did not understand the notion of a goat in Survivor, I do not think that Kat is, and Kat, if for whatever reason you have completely changed and you're for some reason tuning into this podcast,
Every week.
first of
Kat, if
all,
you're
I need to
watching.
meet this version of Kat, this new Kat, but I'm so sorry.
I don't think that Kat will hold any ill will towards that. She probably doesn't know what it means.
Look, he's sorry.
Probably
He'll
not.
still go to the end with you in All Stars 3. But who did you want to win right after you got voted out? Like, who was your winner pick?
Who did I
Remember?
want to win?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
You just didn't care.
Was I just kind of? I can't say that I was just kind of done with Survivor at that point. I don't know. Maybe I said in some post-game interview or the post-game thing where they vote you out and they sit you down and they're like,
Yeah.
who do you want? I can't even remember who I said. I took it a little, I feel like I shouldn't admit this, but I took it a little bit personally at the time, but now I'm realizing it wasn't personal, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It always feels personal.
It always feels personal.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Never
I
mind.
mean, like we all voted each other off here,
It's true.
Yes.
So, and we're all still friends. So.
Yeah.
I think that Tom needs to vote Sarah off of All Stars 3 to complete the circle of
complete
suck.
the circle of suck.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're going to the end.
Yes. I agree.
Actually, I haven't voted any of you out. So
Sarah, you need to
you
downplay
wrote
this
my
alliance.
name. I don't know.
I guess that's true. That's true. I did.
Wait, what'd you say,
No.
Tom? Downplay
I
the
think-
alliance?
Yeah, I think though that really what needs to happen, and I'm advocating this on this podcast here for Survivor people. Okay, Adam Klein, if you're listening, what I need to do is I need there to be a Survivor season. And this is the season where they ditch the fire tokens and the Final Four challenge, and they make it like the Survivor of old. Where they bring back college survivors from 3 or 4 different schools: Maryland, Michigan, Boston, Ohio State, and we go to battle.
That would be wild.
And I think that Michigan has some stars that can be brought back, and I am not one of them, but I will talk my way. I will bullshit my way onto a CBS Survivor for all that it's worth.
Hell yeah. Apply, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, have you applied for CBS Survivor?
See, the show I would really want to do,
Big
I
Brother?
feel Amazing Race,
Oh.
Oh.
but also Amazing
Well,
Race.
now we
they
have a
also
connection with
ruined-
Amazing Race, right?
They
We
also ruined
do.
that. Yes, Claire.
Claire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Claire,
Yeah.
who founded Survivor Michigan, if you didn't know.
Yeah, Claire, Sarah's friend.
Yes.
Or
Sarah Gallagher.
I need to what's it called? Yeah, can Claire spend her million on creating advertisements for us college Survivor players to, and use her millions to influence CBS to cast more of us? It's a long-term investment. You see, she spends
Yes.
100,000 on us, and then we'll give Claire like
Our winnings.
10% of the
Yeah.
proceeds from our winnings.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so,
You know-
she just needs enough of us to get cast, and there will be a pretty high casting to win ratio. I mean, right now,
Yeah.
Claire was on and she's won one of two.
It's
So,
pretty wild, actually.
yeah. You mark
That's
my
a good
words,
idea.
the next Survivor Michigan player to be on CBS is going to win it.
Let's go.
Boom.
You heard it here first.
Book it.
You heard it here
Yes.
first.
The fans can comment on who they think that's going to be. Anyway, I know it's late. And I don't want to keep you guys up too late, but I really enjoyed. I could talk about this stuff all day.
I
maybe-
feel like we
know.
just keep asking you more questions. Like, it's not even you. I feel like we keep being like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
what about this? Yeah.
So maybe
Mhm.
we'll call you in for some of the future episodes for a little guest
Yeah.
portion.
Oh,
For
yeah.
some of the guests that maybe won't be attending,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
or you can bring me in. You can bring me in for some drama. For you can bring well, I don't know, me and Leia on the same episode together. Probably don't want to do
stop
that.
it. That would be so funny.
Would be just like
Just halfway
have him
in,
be in a
have
lobby.
him jump on.
Yeah, just
Because-
like jump in.
Yeah.
And I want to sell this a little bit. Me and Leia have long thought and long analyzed the philosophical implications of the game of Survivor and how we treat our friends. And
Mhm.
like Leia wrote her treatise, I can write my dissertation for my master's dissertation on Survivor the game, and analyzing it in all its depths. And if Leia needs a contrapoint to her to her thesis, she needs to have me here for a debate.
Wait, I like this. I like the idea of like bringing in like two players who may want to like duke it out. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't get too toxic. But also,
As long as it doesn't get too toxic.
it's good content.
So maybe
Well,
that's
that's the reason we do it virtual, because then we can always just boot one of you.
We'll
you know?
just. You're a good
Pretty
salesman, Tom.
Fist
You
will
wanna
be
leave
thrown.
your body.
Spikes.
Yeah.
Virtual,
I'll buy
your
virtual
bike.
fist
I'll buy
will
your
be
bike.
thrown.
Where do I sign? Where do
Okay,
I sign?
okay. Get to know. I'll ask my brother, and then I'll see if we can split the commission, because even though I'm not working there, you're really buying it through me, aren't you? So
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
no, it's been great talking with you guys. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm
Always
so
a
glad
pleasure,
you guys do
Tom.
this podcast.
Great talking to you. Please
Mhm.
send us a picture of your mustache after if you can.
Oh, definitely.
I'll send you a picture of my full-on PCT beard, and you
Yes.
can
Do
post
it.
that
Do it.
picture.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
Amazing.
going on the Instagram.
Okay,
This is exactly
all right,
what we've been wanting.
great.
All right. Hope you have a good night.
Yes, you too.
All right.
Have a great night.
Bye, Tom.
Bye.
Bye.